Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tower Talk, presented by yours truly, Joshua, with the J-O-S-H-U-N-A, but you can call me Josh. So what we're going on today, we are coming to the lovely Hawaii region in, Hawaii. And we are at Kahuali Airport today, where we have a few guys currently just going about their activity. I'm working ground control today alongside with my good friend Heinrich, who works in tower. Now you've heard of Mr. Heinrich, or we all call him Icebergs. He's one of our moderators on the forum. He's also one of our controllers. And he does an okay job. I'm going to stay on a level of -0 to okay. He does really okay. Now I'm here today because he begged me. He literally cried and begged for me to take ground because he couldn't handle it. And me being the good person I am, decided to spare him and take ground, which was very nice. Okay, that's not what actually happened. I begged him if I could take ground, but I'm just gonna pretend that never happened. But it's a story you can tell all of your kids at the dinner table, or whichever kind of food table you like best. With that being said, we've got a bit of activity here in Hawaii, and we are currently floating on a nice little island I like to call Maui. And Heinrich like island very much, think an iceberg would be story up one, I guess. So yeah, that's why we're floating around. And everybody is a cute little Cessna who's actually rotating at 45 knot ground speed, which is, pretty duly impressive. And he's kind of floating up and down like a bumblebee. That's right. And we have Alaska who are currently lining up and waiting. And what I'm gonna do is, I think in the future I might turn names off for a more pleasant experience, but they kind of help me see people right now, which is kind of important when working ground. In Alaska, lined up and waiting, and I'm gonna tell you, I think we have a very slow aircraft. It's like going 55 knots. You're gonna have to wait on the runway a bit longer because of that. I mean, if we were to let him take off now, he's just probably gonna crash into that cute little Cessna, who for some reason has an airbag call sign. He's turning off now, so I'm gonna assume the Alaska is gonna be clear for takeoff any moment, because the little Cessna is now turning out the way. And meanwhile, we've had a few 787s spawning, and as you all know, the 787 update came out not too long ago, and I have literally seen 5,000 people fly that, and I'm sure there's way more than that, but with all that controlling, there had to be at least 5,000. And speaking of controlling, I know there hasn't been a lot of episodes today, or recently for that matter, and with the update coming out and me getting a new iPad and Airship losing the light, then we just been, busy and stuck in other things. But I'm back now and ready to record, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Ready for pushback.
Alright, we have our first customer ready for pushback. I'm gonna give that to Air Force One.
Pushback approved.
And he is approved. I'm gonna let him taxi to DO2.
Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready.
With that, their Air Force, I given him the DO2 taxi just to keep
Taxi
things
to runway
moving.
02. Air Force One.
Now, some people will elect to pushback only, and some people will do, pushback and expect. What I do is, pushback, taxi, just to keep the flow going. It's not wrong to, do any of that other stuff. It's your controller preference, really. If you want to wait for the pilot to request them, I would suggest using expect, but if you just give taxi right away, I think pushback works fine, because anything more is kind of a mouthful, really, so you have to be careful what you say. Like if I were to say pushback approved, expect runway 2, and then taxi to runway 2, kind of a mouthful.
Echo Charlie. Ready for pushback.
And we have
November
pushback approved
09 Echo
for
Charlie.
another guy.
Pushback approved. Kaholawi ground.
And we are going to
Buccaneer.
approve it
Ready
for
for
Buccaneer as
pushback.
well.
Buccaneer. Pushback approved.
Night, we have a night road 7, E7, that's right. Man, my mind is up today. But think we have 2 roads apart. They should be able to make it through pushback just fine. Meanwhile, I'm gonna sign that, and Buccaneer hasn't pushed back yet. So we're gonna watch that happen.
Taxiing to runway 02. November 09 Echo Charlie.
Airport is now holding short, and this guy, Polk, is gonna be pulling backward, and he's gonna have enough clearance for Buccaneer to keep pushing back. And while he's pushing back, I'm gonna give him the O2 as well.
Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02. Buccaneer.
Okay, so with that all taken care of, as I was saying, if you do something like push back at runway 2, then taxi to 2, it's kind of a lot to hear instead of comparing to push back, taxi to 2, cut down on the frequency shadow, keep things simple, and I'm going to tell him to give way to Buccaneer so he doesn't cut him fun.
Give way to aircraft. November 09 Echo
So that be done, taken care of. And I'm going to tell Avianica to hold position because obviously we have a guy right behind him.
Hold position. Holding position. Avianca 560 heavy.
This is an interesting airport to work ground control with because we basically only have one strip ramp and nothing else.
Victor Kilo. Ready for pushback.
And I'm gonna have him hold position here. I already told him to taxi. I hate people who do that, okay guys, I really hate it. Well, where he come from?
Airbus 1. Ready to taxi. Holding position.
Oh wow.
Bravo Victor Kilo.
He's gonna be tower problem in just a moment.
Contact tower when ready.
And he tuned to tower.
Airbus 1.
But what I have to mention to you guys is that I really hate it when I give taxi clearance to somebody and they request taxi again. It's very tedious. And with the Japan again out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and issue pushback for Avianica. Think, he came well out of the area of danger. And I'm gonna get him to taxi.
Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02. Avianca 560 heavy.
Okay, with Avianica pushing back, we got a nice line of 4 people ready to depart. Well, the 5th one over here. And I'm not telling BBK to push back yet because, well, he's gonna hit Avianica if that happens. So we're gonna let Avianica taxi past him first before I approve pushback. And we have a light 787 here, the very nice to look at, I will admit. And we have a runway incursion here. Any pilot must be behind that whole short line, guys, because you're on the runway if you're not behind that line. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Ooh, we have an Aer Lingus who has arrived, so that's pretty swell. I love those Aer Lingus. It's a pretty interesting airline. I want to fly it someday. So that's one of my big hopes. And Avianica finishing his pushback, and since I gave him a taxi instruction, he'll be starting his taxi in just a moment. Meanwhile, we have everybody lining up, and Iceberg currently expecting departure while you then line up and wait, which is good. And I'm gonna get him to taxi to park him.
Taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking. November 801 Charlie Uniform Heavy.
Now, while Aer Lingus is taxiing to parking, I'm gonna get Avianica to move aside. He'll be clear of that guy's danger zone in just a moment. We're gonna take things nice and easy. We don't want to, make a big mess by getting everybody to go at the same time. Avianica crawling. As soon as he hits that spot over there, I'll go and push back just to make sure there's enough room. They'll hit notice back. And while that's happening, I'm gonna push back corporate, and now I'm gonna push back Papa because he is now clear of the danger zone. And I'm gonna tell him the whole petition.
Pushback approved. Pushback approved. Corporate 91 Super.
He's gonna taxi, and so is corporate gonna taxi as well. Meanwhile, I'm gonna tell November 1 to give way to the aircraft pushing back on his right, cause they can collide.
Corporate 91 Super. Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02. Golf Bravo Victor Victor Kilo. Corporate 91
I'm gonna have to give a big thumbs up to this guy because he's respectful of ATC instruction and he's aware that this guy is pushing back. He's giving way, so that's super awesome. Now, with all that done, and our taxi command given, it's a lot easier because I don't have to worry about them waiting to request taxi. I can keep things moving and focus on more important things like giving way. Once the taxi requests have been granted and given. And got Papa taxi and keep the flow moving, which is great. And we have this guy going, and TUI Jet will be clear in just a moment, and I'll give him a pushback in a second. Corporate 91 will be starting his taxi in just a few moments, but now that Papa is basically clear, really, I'm gonna go ahead and give TUI Jet a pushback. Alright, he cleared the danger zone.
Pushback approved. TUI Jet
and he got a taxi.
Taxiing to runway 02. Corporate 91 Super. TUI Jet 573 Heavy. Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02. TUI Jet 573 Heavy.
So with everything going very, very smoothly, which I'm pleased about, we'll get a couple other things running here. Everybody's getting up and lined up. Corporate taxi, and so what I'm gonna do is have him give way to TUI Jet, which is pushing back, so that way he won't collide to TUI Jet if he paid attention. And Airline got to continuing after the giveaway, which is great. And I want to let you all know, remember, if somebody telling you to give way, then you don't need a continue taxi. Continue taxi is just extra verbiage, but give way does not tell you to stop. All we want you to do is give way to another aircraft. It's not hard. Once they get out of the way, then continue. You don't need a continue taxi to keep going. That's a common misconception with some people. Like I said, it's just extra verbiage for insurance. And we have a nightline, but the departure going on here. 2787, the corporate, 747 at the air. And we have airliners who probably just pulled into parking. Ooh, we have a Norwegian. I have got to take a picture of it because it's pretty awesome. I just snapshot it right now. Everything is going really, really nicely, which I'm pleased about. And this guy has tuned into tower, and then that guy crossing the threshold already at the shape. Very nice. And anybody else? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and approve a pushback.
Pushback approved. Pushback approved. Emirates 155. Emirates 155. Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready.
The reason why I give a taxi command now is because while he got a nice little knock here where he won't be able to hurt anyone, he's not pushing back into anyone. He's gonna face toward the east and be free of any restrictions to whatever may happen. And we got a very nice thing going on here, which I'm very pleased about. So everything's going quite well. Corporate 91, Aeroblock. We got another Aeroblock coming in. Woo. Man, this is going to be really tight. I don't think there can be many more departures until icebergs here get the next 3 in, because they're way too close to squeeze anybody else out. But you can see here expediting departures like there's a fire under her butt. Did it magnificent, guys. It is such an awesome sight to see it that for the fact he kind of pushed back into grass. Now we don't need to send a giveaway here because Atlas is at the whole short. There's no way Emirates can claim from simply, because there's no other taxiway or anything. So we're all good and that. And we have, he's rotated, very nice. And TUI Jet will be rotating in just a moment, which is great. TUI Jet going the race against time before the next guy gets in. Alaska. Donald Trump. Very funny. Okay. So somebody spawned him with the call sign, and we are going to taxi him to 02, and while we're at that, I'm going to tell him to hold short at 02 because, well, with what we have right now, I won't be able to cross him for a while. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to coordinate with my tower controller via Slack to find out when I can cross him. So I'm going to pull out the lovely little app we have and ask him when I can cross Alaska. Simple as that. Alright, I sent him that message. When can I cross Alaska? Simple as that. Like I did twice. I jinxed myself. But anyway, whoa. Holy crap. He's on the runway.
Alaska 837.
He was not clear to enter.
Please exit the runway.
Wow, he's to back up here. Here on the runway. He's to go. Push back. Keep going, you bad boy. I'm gonna spank your wings with a hammer. Keep going. Crap, and that guy coming.
Request permission to cross runway 02.
I told you to hold short. He can't keep doing that. And
Alaska 837. You were not cleared to enter the runway. Please exit the runway.
He had to keep pushing back. These guys keep having to go and stop. And where'd the other guy go? He had to land.
Ready for pushback.
And while that's being done, I'm going to go ahead and issue American a pushback. Occasionally happen.
Pushback approved. American 435.
Air black.
Hawai'i ground. Aeroflot 67. Request taxi to parking. Aeroflot 67. Taxi to parking. American 435. Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to parking. Aeroflot 67. Taxiing to runway 02. American 435.
Okay, so I just got word from my tower controller that I can cross him once this guy lands. And which is great. He's gonna taxi to park him. And I'm gonna tell the aerobot to give way to aircraft rather than runway 02.
Request permission to cross runway 02. Taxiing to parking. November 416 Foxtrot Victor. Aeroflot 67. Give way to aircraft exiting runway 02. Give way to aircraft exiting runway 02. Aeroflot 67.
Okay, that's over. And American pushing back. He's well out the way of everybody else. And what I'm gonna do is tell him to give way to Emirates. Then Emirates had first in line right. And I'm going to tell Alaska to cross 02 now.
Cross runway 02. Give way to aircraft. American 435. Thank you. Alaska 837.
He's a crap head. I need to reaffirm that.
Cross runway 02. Crossing runway 02.
Thank you.
Alaska 837.
Guys, I cannot stress how important rebats are. In the real world it happened, and here it happened too.
Air Canada 828. Taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking. Air Canada 828.
I'm gonna give way again just to make sure he's not gonna hit Alaska. I'm gonna tell him the whole petition, think the situation is kind of volatile here.
Aeroflot 67.
Woo, getting complicated here.
Kaholawi ground.
He's gonna hold petition. Hold in petition.
Holding position. Air France 069.
Woo.
American 180.
Okay, airplane
Hold
clear,
position.
so I'm gonna
Holding position.
push back.
American 180. Air France 069. Pushback approved.
Air
Pushback
Canada's
approved.
gone
Air
back to
France
Piketon.
069.
And airplanes
Air
are gonna
France
have a taxi.
069. Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02.
Corporate going
Air
up
France
and everybody
069.
Piketon. And I'm just gonna make sure Air Canada knows he needs to give way to the aircraft
Air
on his
Canada
right.
828. Give way to aircraft on your right.
Because
Give way to
airplanes are
aircraft.
pushing back.
Air Canada 828.
He should be giving way. Alaska now giving way to the American. I'm just gonna make sure he give way to the
Alaska
American.
837.
Because he might try and leap on the other taxi lane to cut him off. But though we don't want that to happen. And with all that going on, American gonna have to hold position for a little while. And I gave Air Canada this because just in case he decides to pike over here, I want him here in that airplane. So lucky he decided to pike over here, so we don't have a conflict anymore. Now everything's smooth again. Everybody can see it kind of when poop hit the roof for a few moments there, we all know. But, everything's pretty straightened out now. And I will say that we tend to, kind of shut up when we have pretty intense situations like that. I don't have any idea why he's doing that.
Pushback approved. Pushback approved.
And I'm gonna send him to runway 5 because it can fit a GA aircraft such as its own really well.
Contact tower when ready. New Zealand
Ooh, nice.
224 heavy. Request frequency change. Kaholawi ground. New Zealand 224 heavy. Ready for pushback. New Zealand 224 heavy. Pushback approved. Pushback approved. New Zealand 224 heavy. Kaholawi ground.
Taxi time. Everybody taxi into Piketon, getting all that crap done and whatnot.
Runway 02. Contact tower when ready. India Alpha 824. Taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking. India
I don't know
Alpha
where New
824.
Zealand went, but oh well, might as well. Meanwhile, we've got the gas taxi into Piketon. He had the very nice livery or whatever else you want to call it. So that's pretty swag. And he doesn't know what taxi way is, so I'm gonna make sure he give way to the New Zealand who's pushing back. Thank you! Stop! Gee. New Zealand is back. And he requested again, so we're just gonna make sure he reaffirms that. Cause why I think his connection dropped out for just a moment, which is probably the result. Okay, as soon as airplane cleared, I'll make sure Delta gets the clock. In New Zealand, needs to go!
Taxi to runway 02. Contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02. New Zealand 224 heavy. Kaholawi.
I told you to push back! You idiot!
New Zealand 224 heavy. Pushback approved.
He is literally not getting this. I'm just gonna have Aya continue taxi because I can tell that.
Alpha 824. Continue taxi.
There we go.
Continue taxi. India Alpha 824.
I'm giving him continued taxi in this situation because it can be very confusing for this guy because New Zealand has appeared twice, he requested pushback, he's doing weird stuff. And to minimize confusion, I just want to be extra sure that he knows that state to taxi again. Like I said, it's extra insurance, continued taxi is just extra insurance. And he gained the extra safety of mind knowing he can just go. Okay, with that all taken care of, Delta is just staying there. Whenever he wants to request pushback, that's up to him. And things everything started calming down now. We have a night steady stream and grounded, relatively moderate again. I'm just gonna go ahead and prepare to sign up now. Though as usual, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. seeing like when we try to work ground tower approach and whatever, and whoa, okay, that's not something you see every day. Holy crap. What the hell? Not something I would well talk about in London.
Ready for pushback. Delta 15. Pushback approved. Pushback approved. Delta 15.
Wow,
Delta 15.
talk about
Taxi to
Endon.
runway
Holy
02.
crap, he's gone
Contact
now.
tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 02. Delta 15.
Okay, with that all over and that's the play done, then I'll go ahead and sign up now while traffic getting light again. So as usual, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video and, enjoy the day, eat some cake, don't do drugs, get a girlfriend or a boyfriend if you're a girl watching this, or, I'm sorry, I'm gonna shut up now because, I have no idea what to say because I stuck up relationship. And yeah. So, bye bye. See you guys later.